Little bit of an update on the housefly culturing. It's a requested video. Don't really know why. I need to follow up on something that I already showed a simulation of with an actual display of it, but whatever. So let's see. There are some houseflies in there that are mating. We do have some eggs that have been deposited in the media. Here. Yep, you see right in there, in that little crevice, there are eggs. So they're starting to oviposit. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do a few things. One, I'm going to feed them. So I just take little containers, and then I take some of this mixed fruit, and it doesn't really matter what you use. I'll use apple slices, I'll use pineapple slices, peach slices, any melon slices, a lot of stuff that is kind of like soft, watery fruit. And I'll just put a couple of chunks of that in there, getting a little bit of the moisture that's in there, because they like a lot of different, they drink their food. And then I'm going to add a little bit of this powder. This is a mix of crushed up bee pollen and some powdered milk. And you just add a little bit, you just want to kind of get a little bit of a coating over all that. And yeah, you can shake it a little bit so that it kind of dissolves. That'll give them the protein that they require. And then I'm going to make the oviposition media. So we go into our lovely refrigerator. I got some really old heavy whipping cream I'm going to use. We also have some really old milk in here. I should probably add a little bit of moisture to this container with an ooze in it. That should do. Alright, anyway. So, we have to do a couple things right now. First, we need to get the eggs on some larval media. What's the wrong way? By the way, there's Emmy.
Hey, puppy girl. Are you chewing on that chicken foot? Oh, you're so sweet. I love you, puppy. Yeah. You behaving? Yeah, you pooped outside this morning. Yeah.
Okay, anyway. I gotta clean these later. I gotta go grab my bleach. Anyway, take a deli cup, a nice tall deli cup, and all I'm gonna do is as follows. I'm gonna take some of this wheat bran. Alright. Whoops. And I just cleaned the counter. Give me a second. Add some. Pour in just a little bit of yeast. That should be plenty. I don't really add a lot of yeast, only because it makes it a little bit more difficult to clean this after. But you do want a little bit of yeast in there. That's starting to grow bacteria in it, so I'm not going to use that. I'm going to have to run the dishwasher later today, aren't I? Once I return the puppy, I'm going to sweep and vacuum our floor, but really no point in doing it until after the puppy has gone back to... We don't have any cups. Okay, that's fine. Because I have this. Alright, so I'm going to add a little bit of warm water to a cup. You don't want it really to be scalding hot. However, if it's warm, it's easier to dissolve the molasses. So I have some slightly warm water. I take my molasses here. And then, you don't really need more than that. You just want to slightly change the color of the, you know, this is why it's always going to have fly swatter. Because the roommates do not appreciate loose house flies. Then, we're going to stir. Stir that. Then, take note of how much water I actually add to this. See, there's still plenty of that moisture left in there. Again, you don't want this to be too wet. You just want a slight color change. I may add a splash more water, but you don't really want it to be excessively wet. There we go. Okay. Next step is to just add the material that had the eggs deposited into it to the surface of this media. And now we're ready. So all you do next is you take a piece of cloth and you cover your container. You put your rubber band on. And now you should be good. You'll probably start seeing maggots crawling around in 36 hours after this. And now all we have to do is mix some all position media. So I take my petri dish. It doesn't have to be perfectly clean. You do want it to have kind of that residual yuckiness in order to attract the adult flies to oviposit. Flies. Alright, I'll worry about that next. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do here is add a heap of the bran. Okay. The bran is in. Then we add a little bit of the yeast. Alright, and then we take our heavy cream. Now we want this to be a little bit moister than the larval media because the eggs have to stay moist in order to hatch. So we're going to add some of that. Then I'm going to take the spoon again. And really get it nice and incorporated. It will slowly sop this up on its own. I generally like to pat it down a little bit, just so that it's easier to move. Okay. Then I'll add a little bit more of the cream. I've had this cream for like 2 weeks, so it should be really nice and stale, and I left it out of the fridge for half a day. Should I put something on it that says do not use for human consumption? Probably. Am I going to? Probably not. Okay, then you take a little bit of your milk, and you take a little bit of paper towel. You don't need a lot of it. You know, maybe a little bit of a strip, and you kind of fold it in a couple of funky ways. So you have this kind of little wad of it. And then all you do, I literally just take the cap from the milk. I don't know whose milk this is, because I live in a house with a couple other people, but it's really old, like expired milk, so I don't think anybody's going to drink it anyway. Okay. Got it nice and moistened. Okay. Place it on top of the media, and then all you gotta do is put your stuff in with the adult flies. Adult food. Oviposition material. And you're ready to roll.